Hello and welcome. My name is Céline and this is my second knitting video. I loved making the first one, so today I'm sharing a knitting vlog. I've been working on 2 sweaters this past month and I've documented the progress. I'd love to share that with you. So yeah, let's see what happened.
Quando o piano já não quer mais tocar e as teclas pretas não saem do lugar, quando o corno inglês ter que ir pro xadrez porque não tem mais onde.
It's a gorgeous day today, so I thought I would do some knitting in the garden. My dog also wanted to say hi.
Quando o prelúdio nem começar e a semibreve cansar de res.
I think you can tell from my first video that I love knitting for my family. In fact, I'm making my brother a sweater right now. One of my brother's favorite things is his bike, which is this beautiful bright aqua shade. So I bought him some yarn that was a similar color. For this project, I'm really going back to basics, making a super simple and easy raglan sweater. I wasn't sure whether to go for the one sweater pattern by the fiber company or PetiteKnit's Hanstholm Sweater, but I ended up going for the PetiteKnit pattern as the raglan lines were just farther away from each other and I just like the look of that better. So the other day I finally casted that on and then I just knitted away. I knit a lot on public transport. My commute to work is quite long. I also had a major plane delay on my flight back home to my parents. So this is where we're at. This is the stage where the sweater doesn't look like anything. Absolutely loving the shade. I'd never knitted in this yarn combination yet, strangely enough. And it is so much lighter than I was expecting. I think that's nice because my brother has so many heavy sweaters. It'll be nice for a change for him to go for something lighter. I'm actually gonna head inside because it's gotten too cold to knit. This is how it fits so far. I think the size is perfect. We've got some nice short rows at the back. The short rows come all the way to the front. I've noticed that my turns are a bit bumpier on one side, so we'll see if those will block out. I think this is quite common. I've heard someone have the same issue. So if you have any tips on how to minimize this, please let me know. But overall, I love it. I think it's exactly what my brother envisions and I cannot wait to give it to him. So I have completed the Hanstholm sweater. I've yet to block this, but my brother's heading on a trip tomorrow, so I thought I would give him a sneak peek before he goes. He's gonna pop by in a couple minutes to say hi. I'm gonna see if I can convince him to be on camera so he can tell us what he thinks of his sweater.
Wow. Dio, che bello, è leggerissimo.
Ah, ti piace?
It's so nice. Yay.
Yay! Okay, so my brother just left and he tried the sweater on and he was really sad that he couldn't bring it home with him, but I do have to keep it because not only have to block it, but I do have to add a couple centimeters to the arms and the body. I could have had him try it while I was making it, but I really wanted him to see the finished project and I was up for the risk of having to undo the bind off and pick it back up to add some length. So yeah, I'm going to do that throughout the next week, but it was really fun to document the creation of this sweater. While I was making this Hanstholm, I was also knitting a few other couple bits. I recorded that progress as well, so I'm gonna leave you to that next bit.
que aconteceu de errado, veja bem pelo outro lado, é o que faz você agora. Todas as migalhas do passado vão viver tempo de glória.
For Christmas, I received some sweater quantity of a beautiful, deep, rich navy blue, and I'm making a sweater with that. It's the Stockholm Sweater by PetiteKnit. As you can see, it's almost finished. All I need to do is bind off at this sleeve and then knit the cuff for this one. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm using this merino by Céline. It's called Mistral in the color 0884, and holding it with a Céline silk mohair Vivian in the shade 0469. This yarn combination makes me so excited to finish this garment. I don't think I've ever knit something so rich and luxurious. It's really beautiful to the touch. There's only one bad thing about this yarn, or at least this shade, is that it stains my C-knit needles. I'll show you what they used to look like and what they look like now after knitting on this garment. It happened to me already that I used some navy blue yarn and it stained my C-knit needles. That was a completely different brand, so I assume it's a navy blue problem. It does also come off on the hands when you work with it for a while, although it washes off so it doesn't stain the skin. Hopefully the excess dye will wash off when I block it, because I'm obviously worried to be wearing this with my cream trousers. I don't want them to stain dark blue. This color situation puts me on the fence on whether I should recommend this yarn or not, because I really do want to. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to recommend you go for the lighter shades where I'm sure something like this wouldn't happen. So I'm gonna have lunch, and after that I'm just gonna finish this sweater. I'm gonna add a couple rows to this cuff and then get moving with the second one, and hopefully I'll be able to block it today as well.
Se o que aconteceu de errado, veja bem pelo outro lado, é o que faz você.
It is done. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's so nice. I think it kind of looks store-bought. It doesn't really look handmade, I don't think. But yeah, I thought I would tell you a bit more about making the sweater. So this is a drop shoulder construction with set-in sleeves. I love how the shoulder stitches are picked up in between the back panel stitches to create this contiguous stitch pattern and more of a seamless join. When I chose this pattern, I didn't realize that the sleeves are designed to be really narrow. So since I prefer a looser fit, I modified the decreases down the arm. If I were to make this a second time, I think I would also pick up more stitches at the sleeve to make them even wider. I think my favorite thing about this pattern is the folded rib collar. It just feels so cozy and luxurious. The only downside is that it's not sensitive skin friendly because it's just so up against the neck. I think I forgot to mention that the merino is actually superwash, which is not my favorite. My bad experiences blocking superwash, I was just holding it single, but I think holding it with mohair helps. I think it gives it more structure and avoids it just acting up and stretching too much. One thing I absolutely love about the mohair is that the silk strand is exactly the same color as everything else, so it blends in beautifully. I also forgot to mention that I lost yarn chicken with this. I ran out of merino on the sleeves. I managed to buy another skein, but it was from a different dye lot, so I was worried that there was going to be a noticeable color difference. To limit this possibility, I introduced the new skein from the new dye lot and knit it in alternate rounds with what remained of the original dye lot to create a gradient with them and avoid the sharp contrast. I also managed to make sure that the dye lot switch would happen at the beginning of the ribbing. I knew that that would automatically help conceal any potential contrast because there's that difference in texture between stockinette and ribbing to begin with. And you tell me, but I don't see any difference. So I'm very chuffed about that. I think the best way to end the video is to show you what I did yesterday to end the week, but I've had so much fun sharing this knitting vlog with you. I really hope to see you in the next one.